All right. Welcome back after lunch. This was absolutely fantastic. Love seeing all the dancers. So, guys, it was fun to see all the dancers. Some of you are saying, hey, didn't even need to go to the gym today. Got an arm workout, got a leg workout. We know that action motion creates emotion. So it's so fun to see. We're going to be doing, you're going to hear about a prize giveaway that we're going to be doing. But first of all, who had some additional breakthroughs and conversations while they were at lunch? I mean, drop it in the chat. If you had, as Maria said, drop a me in the chat so we can see how many people are getting incredible value. Ray and Jessica said their goal was for you to get enough value in day one where you will go, it was already worth it. How many of you are there already? It was absolutely fantastic. The training we got from Diane. I love those ideas on email. Maria, I love the ideas that she shared with regard to getting real and being real. This was absolutely fantastic. Jess, I absolutely love that. Don't look to others for permission. And Ray, I just love your story. Don't let the past define your future. Be vulnerable and let the obstacles that you've overcome become the inspiration to help so many other people. What an absolutely brilliant morning. And we have an action-packed rest of the day for everybody here as well. So I know Jess is going to be joining me on here, but we're going to do a 3-prize giveaway. So guys, you're going to hear what those prizes are as well, and what the grand prizes are at the next session. So what we're going to do is, I believe what we're going to do is
Hey.
Are you there, Jess? All right. My stock just went up in the world because I get an opportunity to be together with you. First of all, virtual hug and hearts and love to you and Ray, and what a phenomenal event. So
Aww.
I know prizes.
Yes. Well, Garrett, you are just amazing. And I swear, I was talking to the team in the back. I'm like, does Garrett look younger to you? Like, just your energy is contagious. For all of you listening, Garrett, he doesn't have to do this. He does it for us and for this community. He has a business, a multi-million-dollar empire he's running on his own with his wife, Sylvia. And they are just so generous to do this for us. So appreciate you and your energy that you bring. This is awesome.
Appreciate you. You know what? What did Ray say? Serve. And you know what? Rise and serve. I want to get that t-shirt because I want to do more of that in my life. And you guys are an amazing example for Sylvia and I and the world. Like Angel Fletcher likes to say, be a good human. You guys are awesome humans, and we just love working together with you. And as you said, and your team, because the Hinkton Group is an incredible team that really to you guys has become a family, to not only to you, but to so many of us as well. So do we want to talk about some winners? Because
yeah. Okay, so we have some amazing swag options for you guys. And so I'm going to be choosing from this amazing table over here. I don't know if you can pan to that to show them, but some giveaways. So Garrett, I believe what I have to do for number one is pick a number between 1 and 200, right?
Without a doubt. So you just get to pick. You just pick it out of your mind.
Okay. Okay. How about number? Let's go with number 1.
Oh wow! Good choice.
Let's go with number 1. Let's see. What should I pick over here to give away? All right, I'm going to start, since you talked about the t-shirt, I'm going to start with our Rise and Serve t-shirt, okay? Now, if number 1 is not on their camera, then they don't get to win this. Somebody else does, but we have...
Oh! That's brilliant.
Okay. Huh? Oh, he's right there. Okay, so, listen. Who is? Ole Olson. Okay, congratulations. So obviously we're going to get you the guy version of this, okay? But we have the Rise and Serve. Yeah, you won't be wearing this one, I promise. But you're going to be getting a Rise and Serve t-shirt from the swag shop. The guy ones are very nice. They're dark charcoal with a yellow Rise and Serve and the Rank Makers Live 2020 on the back. So congratulations. We'll be sending that out to you. Prize winner. All right. How about number 55? Number 55.
55.
55.
All right, that's Wendy Engel.
Wendy Engel. Congratulations. You know what, Wendy? I don't know what that was, but I'm feeling generous. Okay, this is my pride and joy right here, Wendy. If you're there, or else somebody's going to get this. So don't forget, guys, for those of you who want a guaranteed prize, you have your swag bucks. You can use these in the swag shop. Make sure you get one of these. Hey, Wendy, she's here. All right, Wendy, this bag is a very nice travel bag that houses all your Rank Makers gear. It's from the same manufacturer as Polo. Okay, that's kind of on the DL. Okay, the down low, but it can house your iPad, your laptop, your journal in here, and we just this is a custom bag. We created these different colors. It's the exact same bag as Polo makes with our logo, Be, Do, Live, Give More. So congratulations, Wendy, on getting this bag. It's a big one. That's a big deal. All right, I'm gonna pick one more prize to give away. Let's see what we've got here. How about number 139? Number 139. Let's see who that is.
Stephanie Moram. Stephanie Moram.
Oh, well, Stephanie is a TEC member. I think she has one of these, but okay, Stephanie, is she on? Well, I was going to give her
We are tracking her down.
I was going to ask her, since she's a TEC member, if she would prefer this or something else. Like, maybe she doesn't have our ring light. But this is our activity tracker journal. Okay, this is where you can keep track of all your prospects. We've got different cues in here for you to write down your goals, write down notes, follow up. This is like money on your desk. Going back through this, tracking everything. I'm a pen and paper type of girl, and they are just beautiful. We've got the gold foil and something that you look forward to opening every day. So, Stephanie, you're our big winner. So, yeah. So, do you prefer a journal? Okay, just give me a thumbs up if you want a journal, thumbs up, or a ring light. Give me a pat on your head, because I don't know if you're unmuted. Thumbs up, a journal. Okay. Okay, awesome. We're sending Stephanie a journal. There you go. Well, congratulations, winners. We've got lots more prizes coming your way. So appreciate you guys.
All right, well, thank you very much. That was awesome to receive. I want to say this. Jessica, show her some love. Not only is she super generous, not only is she super smart, I just admire her courage, because I believe it takes courage to be so vulnerable and do it in a way that doesn't make other people feel bad, doesn't show up as a victim, but shows up at the type of growth that is possible. You know, having been the person that created that breakthrough in social media, doing it for months when no one was joining, figuring it out and sharing it with other people, taking that success and empowering other people, giving back, the March of Dimes and all the other things that they do, like we talked about, you know, child sex trafficking and all those other challenges in the world, that they're a stand for doing good and also inspiring others to do good. So Jessica, just a big shout out of gratitude and thanks to you and to Ray. So thank you guys. All right, now we're going to have a moment of inspiration with Nicole Dermay.
Hey, oh my much. My name is Nicole Domeray. I am the mother to 5 and wife to 1. And I am so excited to be here with you today. So I just want to take you back 2 years. 2 years ago, I was sitting on my kids' trampoline one summer morning, and it was one of those summer mornings where you wanted to grab a cup of coffee, sit outside, and just take in the fresh air. It was beautiful, but not for me. It was anything but beautiful. I felt miserable and invisible. I felt like a fraud. And this day, I was quitting network marketing. I was done. I was done feeling angry and resentful at my family because of my business, and at my business because of my family. And I was just going in this circle 8, this figure 8, and I didn't know what to do. But I'll tell you what, I was angry and I was tired of being angry. So I'm sitting there on the trampoline and I'm thinking about all the things that had happened. And I was remembering sitting in my closet with the lights off while my daughter was begging to get my attention. And I'm like, 1 more minute, baby, just 1 more minute, just 1 more phone call. And I was on a call with a new rep's Aunt Martha, and all she wanted to do was talk about her begonias. She had absolutely no interest in what we were trying to share with her. And then other times I'd be sitting at the dinner table trying to connect to my family, and they're trying to talk to me, but I'm going, yeah, and I'm looking at my phone. I'm glued to it because I'm just waiting for someone to say, yes, I want to do what you're doing. I'm going to join your company. Let's go. But instead, I was getting all these buzz alerts on my phone with low balance alerts. I had no options. So I'm sitting on the trampoline. I have my phone in my hand, and I'm going to dial my husband and tell him that this is it. I am quitting today. So I dial that number, and when he answers, I stop breathing. If I quit on this, am I quitting on my family? Am I quitting on myself? You know, I knew the real truth. It was my husband and my children that felt miserable and invisible. So I immediately turned around and I called a friend in my company that was loving what he was doing. And I just wanted to know what he was doing right. And he asked me if I've ever heard of Ray Higdon. So I just started plowing through all of the free trainings that I could find. And I was sitting there going, what is this? I have never heard this before. I was blown away. And all of a sudden, for the very first time in a very long time, I had hope again. Because, you know, I deserved more. And my family, just like you, I knew they deserved more. So I took a leap of faith. And I jumped in that night. And I became a rank maker. I put my nose to the grindstone. I worked my butt off. And I did everything that Ray said. And when I finally lifted up my head, I had tripled my team. I had tripled my income. And I had ranked up 5 times. But just the day before that, the day before I joined Rank Makers, I sat down with my husband, Eric, and we talked about borrowing money from my in-laws to make it to the end of the year because we didn't have it. Have you ever imagined when you find the one and you're sitting across from them at a dinner and it's romantic and you're gazing in their eyes and you say, you know what would be awesome? Like when we get married and we have a family and we can't make ends meet, we can just reach out to your mom and ask for money. Oh, no, not sexy. That was not the life that I had envisioned for me and my family. We didn't want to borrow money from our in-laws. So I started putting all the strategies that Ray was teaching to work. And then my phone started buzzing with interested people and more deposits. And we were able to plan the most extravagant Christmas my children had ever seen. My daughter, Gianna, had her eyes on this guitar for a very long time, and we just couldn't afford it. On Christmas morning, when she came bolting down the stairs and she saw that guitar topped with a big red bow, she cried like a baby. And then she sat down and she wrote us a song that night. That's life altering. I didn't feel like a fraud anymore. And I knew that I was called to this for all the right reasons. Thank you, Ray and Jess. My family is forever grateful. And now, let me introduce you to my friend and my mentor, Ray Higdon.
Thank you. So incredible. Nicole. Miranda says, Nicole, you hit me in the feels. You hit her in the feels. Thank you so much. So proud of you. Isn't she incredible? So amazing. So I am I'm really excited for this next part. How y'all doing? How you doing? Marina Kerouac had to wipe off some tears. I hear you, man. I knew that would resonate with some people. Suzanne, love you, Nicole. Thanks for sharing. So much value, loving it. So powerful, so cool. So many breakthroughs, so many amazing things. It was cool hanging with our TEC Super VIP. It was cool hanging with you guys during mealtime. I got to call it mealtime because we have people all over the world. We have people in Singapore, Malaysia, all over that are sacrificing their time zones and doing weird juggling to be on live with us. So I just want to honor you, and we really appreciate you. This next part, very, very powerful. This is our panel with some of our Inner Circle coaches who are going to share what we call small hinge, big door. And if you think about that, that's a very powerful concept. And it's true. I mean, just think about the literal example. A small hinge can swing a very big door. A small change in either your daily method of operation or in your daily strategy or in your marketing approach can swing, can bring leverage, can bring major momentum to your organization, to your life, and to your business. And so I would love to bring them out here in a couple minutes, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So what I want to hear, let me rate, what's big takeaways so far? I would love, throw it up in the comments. Oh, I'm seeing the emojis. I love seeing those. That's so cool. I'm going to want that to follow me wherever I go. People approve of something I'm saying, and just emojis come out of the thin air. It'd be amazing. So vulnerability. I don't need anyone's permission. How many of you, how many did Jess get? How many did Jess get? Jess got you. She got you. You don't need anyone's permission. So powerful. You are worthy. Stop asking for acceptance. Oh, yeah. Be human to connect with humans. Be the light. Love that. Keep growing and moving forward. Ignore the haters. Here's the thing. I've had people say to me, they're like, "Hey, man, I don't want to go through the haters. You know, I just want to grow my business in a manner where people are just grateful for me. I don't want to go through the haters. I don't want to go through the, people trying to knock me down or talk bad about me or whatever." And the reality is you can't get to the thankers without the haters. Can't happen. I mean, I saw the other day, it was a Goofy video, which I dig some Goofy videos, right? But it was a Goofy video, and it was by, oh man, what's his name? Jimmy, the late night show guy. What is his last name? I can't think of it. But anyway, the guy from SNL, Jimmy something, and Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad. And it was a Goofy video about hats. Anyone see this? Or am I the only weird one that watches this kind of stuff? I just saw it on Twitter, and I'm just like, you know what, I'll watch this. And so they're talking about hats. It's a joke, you know, just a goofy video about hats. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. That's kind of funny. And then I saw the comments. I'm like, oh, my God. I mean, they were getting, like, murdered in the comments. I mean, just the most hateful things about a goofy hat video. It's like, wow. And it just shows you that you cannot create success without having some dive into their own issues and bring that hatred towards you. You can't get there. And so stop trying. Because if you build your entire life, and I heard Gary Vee say this the other day, he said most people play prevent defense. All right, they're just trying to prevent defense, right? Let me prevent bad things from happening. Let me prevent haters from appearing. And in that attempt at playing prevent, you prevent your wins. You prevent your growth. You prevent you from getting to that next level. And so just understand, you're going to have it. That's going to happen. And you'll be okay anyway. All right. So good to go. All right. So we are going to bring out some of our Inner Circle coaches, and I have tasked them with a fairly simple question, but I think a really powerful question. I told them to come up with what is their small hinge, big door. What is the one thing that if you implement it would change your life and business? And I'm super excited to bring them out here. So first, I believe we're going to start with Coach Aubrey. Aubrey, are you with us? I see you over here. There they are. Yes. Let's go. Oh, Kaylee, bringing it today. I was picking on her earlier. Yes, here they are. Give it up for them. And if these guys have helped you, give them some love. Show them some, drop some, blow it up here. Show some emojis. Okay. Coach Aubrey, would you like to kick us off here? Help us out.
Love to. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Everybody hear me okay? Awesome. What is up, everybody?
Hi.
How are you doing? I just feel like I want to dance all day long. Based on what I've heard already, I just want to say that. So to talk now is going to be...
I never have that feeling. I never have that feeling. I just want to dance. I just need to dance the night away. I never have that feeling.
That's all right.
I enjoy watching Just Dance, though.
Yeah. That's my favorite game, by the way. So that's probably, plus and plus go together. Equal.
Yeah.
So first, I just wanted to say, you guys, this event is incredible. I want to say thank you to Ray. I want to say thank you to Jess. I want to tell you that this Higdon group is absolutely amazing. And I have never, ever been a part of an organization of two people who are trying to change the world for better than this one right here. And so I just want to say thank you to Ray and to Jess for being the most positive influences out there in a time when it's needed, I think, more than ever. So
thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
So when Ray gave us this task, I was trying to think, and I'm going to give kind of the one thing off of maybe a series of things. And I call these the 7 COVID I can'ts and how to overcome them. And these are the 7 I can'ts that I see in the Inner Circle with coaching over and over and over and over. And I'm going to start it with a story from yesterday.
Because you coach a lot of clients, so you get to hear a lot of the same excuses, a lot of the same obstacles, if we don't want to say excuses, but you get to see a lot of the same reasons people are giving for them not succeeding right now. And so, yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Absolutely. So yesterday we had an incredible 2-hour Inner Circle only meeting that was filled with tears. And it was, I can tell you that us coaches, we cried a total of 3 times yesterday because of the apps of 4 says 4. Oh, Forrest, you're the guy in the group. Oh boy, he's an emotional one. He's a teddy bear. Because of the experiences that were shared, because of the emotions that were shared, it was raw, it was real. And so I'm going to start, because one of the COVID I can'ts is one that I experienced myself. And so I'm going to start with a story with that. And it actually involves you, Ray. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I've ever told you this story. My first experience at an event was 2018. And 2 days before this event, it was Top Earner Academy Live. 2 days before this event, Ray lost one of the most, I would say, influential people in his life, Mark Hoverson. And he lost him to pancreatic cancer. And I went to this event, and I was sitting in the back, and I was sitting with Anu, who helps run Top Earner Club. And I saw you share a highlight reel of Mark's life and how Mark impacted you. And I saw you get up right after you shared that video. And I saw you inspire thousands of people in the audience. And one of the most impactful I can'ts that I hear people say over and over is, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to annoy people. I'm not a closer. I'm not someone with enough time, all those things. And in that moment, when I saw you get up, I felt something. And I felt something that helped me blast through a limiting belief that nobody's watching you, Aubrey. Nobody can connect with you on anything that has gone on in your life. And nobody would care if you showed up. And I can tell you that how you overcome any of these 7 COVID I can'ts is you remind yourself of your vision daily. And I loved how you started talking about vision today. And you act like it's already happening. And so how you overcome the I'm not this, I'm not that, you agree that your limiting beliefs are just beliefs. They are not truth. They're not. And realize that your mind will interpret a painful experience and turn that into a limitation. So it'll say, I can't do this now because this happened. And everybody has one of those. Everybody has an experience like that. So after you find that emotion to that belief, you ask yourself, is there a time I remember that I didn't have this belief? And if you are someone that's connecting with this, I want you to write belief in the chat right now. If you have ever felt that way, and I want you to ask yourself what you feel now. When you ask that question, you now feel hope, you feel excitement, you feel love, probably. And how you overcome that is you see that outcome of the new belief you're going to live from this day forward. And that is what Ray is talking about in vision. And it's so important that you remind yourself of that every day. And I promise you that this weekend, if you haven't already experienced already, you are going to have a feeling. You're going to have a moment where you feel hope and you feel love and you feel like, gosh, maybe there is a chance I could overcome that limiting belief. Gosh, maybe there's a chance things could change. And I challenge you to overcome the 7 COVID I can'ts by taking action and committing to take action when you feel that feeling, when you feel that overcoming limiting belief. So that's my one small hinge, big idea for you guys. I hope that's helpful. I hope you got some value from that. And I hope that you, after this weekend, do things you have been scared of, you have thought you can't do, and you just go out there and get it. So that's my one aha for you.
Very powerful. You're not allowed to bring up Mark. Don't do that to me, man. So, but I appreciate you sharing, for sure. All right. So, I appreciate it. So, Coach Kaylee, let's bring you out here.
Hi, Rank Makers! What's going on? Ray, Jess, thank y'all so much. Higgin Group, the whole team, thank y'all. Y'all are working so hard. Sage, this is going flawlessly. I appreciate y'all so much. Aubrey, thank you. You are so amazing. So I don't know if you know this about Aubrey or not, but she is like the queen of the coaches. All of us are here because of Aubrey. All of this stemmed from Aubrey. She is so amazing. I love you. I said it last year. I'll say it this year. You changed my family's life along with Ray and everybody at Higdon Group. And I just appreciate y'all so much. So, whew, that's a tough one to follow, but my action today was going to be about building a following that watches. Building a following that watches, and that is looking for what you are going to put out there. And the first step is is to constantly and consistently put things out there. Make posts on Facebook, share what's going on with you, put value into the marketplace. And when I have this discussion with the clients that I work with, the number one thing they always tell me, and it's funny because they think that they're the only one, but they're not. They say, my life is boring. I work, I tend to my kids, and then I do this in my spare time. My life is boring. But everybody's life is boring to them because it's your day to day. It's not everybody else's day to day. So don't be afraid to share what's going on in your life. Do you know what's going to resonate with other mothers and get them to watch you? It's you with the kid on your hip, your hair all crazy, doing what you can for your family. Show that. Do you know what's going to get the people that are interested in growing and interested in personal development? Do you know what's going to get them to look at you? Is to share where you're growing, share your personal development. What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you learning? Share that. One of the first things I learned from Ray was anything, any course, any event, anything that you watch, you take notes on, that's a check. You get out and you share that, you ILT. And when you're consistently putting things out there, people are going to watch, people are going to follow, and people are going to be expecting to see what you have next. And you may be thinking, well, I don't have anybody to watch me. Get out there and network on social media. Think about the things that you're interested in. I promise you, there's a group for it. If you're into fishing or hiking or reading, or you have a favorite author, or you have a favorite movie series, or if all you know how to do is be a hot mess mom, I promise you, there's a group out there for it. So get in that group, answer questions. If you don't know the answer, Google it. Oh, you know what? This is what I found. Answer those questions, have those conversations. And I promise you, people are nosy. They see your little name pop up in that comment section enough, in their notifications enough, they're going to check you out. And when they go check you out, they're going to be like, man, she's funny, or she's a mom like me, or she's busy, or we're into the same books. So it's getting out of your own way. And again, like Aubrey with the belief, your life is not boring. It's just your life. You're used to it. It's not boring to everybody else. So get out of your own way and start putting that stuff out there, because the more you put it out there, the more people are going to be watching, and they're going to want to see what you have next. We're all looking for something outside of all the craziness that's going on right now. And when you're the one that provides that, you're going to catch their attention. So that's all I had for you today for your small hinge, big door. I know I'm going to mess up. That's what I had for you today. You can do that. Anybody can do that. So thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are killing it. See ya.
Awesome. Fantastic. Great job. And Amanda and Marty love your flamingos. Just want to say. And I just realized they are flamingos. I've seen your background a million times, and I'm never like, those are flamingos. So love it. Great tip. And I want to point something out. You know, one of the essences of network marketing that is often forgotten in this social media, let me be branded influencer kind of role, is your job is to get other people to believe they can do what you're doing. So the fact that you got, you know, crazy hair, the fact you got kid on the hip, the fact that you're in the laundry room, the fact that gives people hope. Whereas if you're all polished and put together and perfect, you're taking away that essence of network marketing. So just remember that. That's not true of all professions, right? If the brain surgeon has some messy laundry in the background, you're like, I don't know about this, man. They don't seem like they got their stuff together. The brain surgeon isn't trying to get you to believe you too can be a brain surgeon. Very different energy. Great job, Kaylee. Great job. All right, so let's bring out Coach all the way from Australia, Elsa Morgan.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Happy Friday. And I just want to say thank you so much, Ray and Jess, for allowing me this opportunity. And of course, to Coach Aubrey for believing in me. Just a small story I want to share with you. We thought with regards to Aubrey, when she actually reached out to me and said, hey, we want to have a chat with you about possibly becoming an inner circle coach. I actually responded back to her and I said, are you sure you're talking to the right person? And because, you know, very similar to what Kaylee said just before, is that I was just showing up and I really had no idea what I was doing, but just committed to just showing up every day. And so today I want to share with you my small hinge, big door is about routine and how that has changed my life. And I actually learned the importance of routine by listening via audio, the Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And obviously I follow Ray and I aspire to be like Ray. And when I saw that Ray was interviewed for that book and I listened to his routine, I went, wow, I don't do that. And so I started implementing a morning routine. And then in one of his courses, he talked about a night routine. And then I started implementing that as well. And it's by implementing both routines every single day, I've been able to win my day. And so my recommendation is to you, as mundane as that is, routine is what's going to allow you to become more effective in your business. Routine is what's going to allow you to be able to control your emotions. I find, I mean, I'm red, I'm a Latina, and I have a wounded past as well. So for me to be able to control my emotions has been a very big, and I'm still not perfect in it, but I find that by having a morning routine, I'm responsive versus reactive, right? And so some of the ways that you can implement a morning routine is by firstly waking up, and I say a gratitude. I say 3 things that I'm grateful for, and it just puts you in a state of abundance. Like it just sets up your body and your mind ready to receive. I also do meditation in the morning and also work out. I drink water in the morning as well. It's sort of there's a science behind you having a glass of water first thing in the morning. It sort of like puts you into a state, shakes your body into some sort of state as well, ready for action. And also not touching your phone for half an hour. And that has been a massive challenge for me, is to just ignore the phone, because our brains are the most, like they're in receiving mode. That's the best way I can say it. The first 30 minutes that when you actually wake up in the morning. And so if you pick up your phone straight away and you start looking at your phone, you're automatically becoming reactive versus responsive, right? Because you may have a message from a customer that's upset, or you may have a hater comment on one of your posts, or you may see something that triggers you, and instantly that sets you off for the day, right? And so rather than you putting yourself in a state where you're going to tackle the day and put yourself in a state where you can actually tackle the hardest things first, you're actually going to be in a reactive state where you're going to constantly be in a stress mode and not being able to be effective for the people that you're impacting, your prospects, your customers, your team, your teammates, everyone, right? So master the morning by just not touching your phone, putting yourself into a state of gratitude, eating healthy, exercising in the morning, fill up your body with endorphins. And then at nighttime, one thing that I learned from Ray was actually picturing something that you want to achieve within the next 90 days and actually feeling and connecting with energy. You actually achieving it. What are you going to be wearing? How are you going to be celebrating? Who's going to be with you, right? And what is it exactly that you're going to be achieving? And one of the reasons why actually visualizing at night is as important as in the morning is because once you go to sleep, your brain gets to work. It's like you're training your subconscious what it needs to focus on. And so by implementing a routine, I can honestly tell you that will create a massive shift in your life. From now, you're going to be a better human overall. You're going to be more effective in your day, and you're actually going to be able to impact more people. And it definitely has helped me. So I hope that impacts you and inspires you all, and I wish you much success, and see you next year.
Awesome. Great job. And someone called you Coach Salty. What's up with that? I like it. And I missed the name now, but someone said they love your lipstick. So fantastic. Great tips. Love routine. Big time. All right. So next, you getting some value from this? I mean, this is amazing. These different coaches sharing huge takeaways with you. And so next we have up Coach Jennifer, which I like to call Rahala because I just think it sounds really cool, but it's actually Rajala. Am I saying that right? Do I still say it wrong? Help me out.
It's
Ryala. I just got so used to saying it the wrong way. It's Ryala, all right? But I still like Rahala in case you're considering changing it for whatever reason.
It is all
anyway.
good. I've actually used that in my branding. I always say it's Ryala, not Rahala.
All right. So what do you got for us today?
Yeah. So thank you. I'm so grateful to be here. And like Aubrey was saying, Mark made an impact on you, Ray, and you made an impact on Aubrey, and Aubrey made an impact on Kaylee, and Kaylee made an impact on me. And I know that I'm here because of the coaches that have challenged me and changed me. So thank you. I'm so grateful to be around all of this amazing group. So my small shift that actually led to a big opportunity is celebration. Now, I struggled with the belief of I'm not enough, I'm not doing enough for my team, not enough. And if you can feel me on that, I want you to drop I am enough in the chat. So I never celebrated myself or even my team unless it met my qualifications of enough, which for anyone else that's also struggled with that, enough is basically perfection. And that is always a recipe for disaster. So I was the person who would say, oh, I prospected 10 people, but nobody is signed up yet. The thing you tell us not to do, that was me. And it was that backhanded kind of celebration, kind of like the backhanded compliment to myself. And that self-deprecation is subtle, but it will take you out. So anyone who's gotten coached by me now knows that the first thing I ask on our calls is, so what are we celebrating this week? Because I have seen the benefits of allowing yourself to celebrate the progress. And I've seen the benefits it's had on me. And like you always say, if you're going to beat yourself up, just schedule it and move on. But what if you scheduled time to celebrate yourself? This is so much more than just hard charging, going. And the celebration is also so much more than the rah-rah. I know if you're talented or brave, you can upload the video on Rank Makers, but if you don't think you're talented or brave, that doesn't allow you to let yourself off the hook for celebration. I do not miss a celebration Friday. And people might think it's because I love to dance or that I'm talented or brave or that I love Michael Jackson music, but it's because it has been so instrumental in my business and in my mindset and in the culture of my team that I know in my gut that I have an obligation to show up and not only celebrate myself, but celebrate other people. So my action step that will swing open that big door for you is to ask yourself today, what are you celebrating? And if you've never done a Celebration Friday, I challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone and join us tomorrow, because you will have a major breakthrough.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. And I saw some comments. One was, I'm so bad at celebrating. Stop. Just say, you know what? Here, the first step to changing something is change the way you define it and describe it. And so, if that's you, say in the past, and I think it was maybe Angela. I won't call her out, but I think it was an Angela. Is say, hey, in the past I struggled with that, but I'm getting better. See, then you're not lying to yourself. I struggled with that in the past, but I'm getting better. And so this is celebration. This isn't, I'm so bad at making rocking chairs. Okay, you can't just be like, no, I'm good, right? Like that, no, that has skill, and you have to like learn wood crafting and things like that. Celebrating, just pat yourself on the arm. Just high five yourself. Do something. Jump up in the air. Kia, right? Do something. So I love it. Great tip, Jennifer. You're amazing. All right. Let's bring out Coach Jenny Potter. Jenny.
Thank you, Ray.
Yay.
I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so glad that you called on me next, because the first thing I was going to say was, Ray, thank you for being vigilant all the time around our language, because our language is so important. And that's my small hinge, big door, is being intentional every single day around your language and around what you want to create. You're the writer of your life. And, if I look back 15 years ago, I was in a very different place, and it was very dark. And when I looked in the mirror, I just saw ugly, I saw unworthy, I saw unlovable, and I couldn't even love myself. And I went and saw a healer. I just left a devastating relationship. I was in a small place. I was by myself. I had a sleeping bag on the floor, a couple pots and pans in the kitchen. And I went and saw this healer, and she said, Jenny, what do you think about every day? And my reality, as soon as she asked me that, I knew, because every single day, my thoughts were, I'm ugly. How could anyone ever love me? I can't even love myself. And she told me about affirmations. She said, go home and look in the mirror and tell yourself, you're beautiful. Tell yourself, I love myself. I'm worthy of love. And so that next day, I'm standing in the mirror. I've got a sleeping bag on the floor behind me, a couple of pots and pans in the kitchen. And I look and I say the words, I'm beautiful. I love myself. I'm worthy of love. And do you know that first time I could not even look myself in the eye, but I did it again and again and again, every single day, until one day I felt joy. I felt truth, and I knew it was true. I knew it was real. My life had changed. I found an amazing partner who loved me. I love myself, and I felt that joy. And so I would just encourage every single one of you to be intentional about the words that you speak out. Be intentional every day. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, you're beautiful. Say, I love myself. I'm beautiful. I attract leaders every day. I'm growing every day. I'm in action every day. I'm writing the story of my life. I'm favored. I'm loved. I call it raising hallelujah now. And I'm like so loud in the mornings getting ready. And I raise hallelujah. I praise, I'm gratitude. I'm so grateful for the things that I know haven't quite happened yet, but are on their way. And I say it out loud as if it's already happened. I'm published, I'm a speaker, I'm loved. And it feels so good. So I just want to share that with you, that I think it's really important to intentionally every single day show up for yourself in that way, with gratitude, with praise, with feeling, and you can change whatever story you're in right now. You can up level it, you can stay the same, you can do whatever you want. You're writing it. Back to you, Ray.
Powerful. Powerful. So powerful. Raise and hallelujah. I love it. I love it. Very powerful. Thank you for sharing that. Very, very powerful. Okay, so we're hitting you with 3 derivations of Jenny or Jennifer right in a row. Next up, Coach Jenny Glazer. Jenny Glazer, get out here. Yes, there she is. There she is. Where are you, in a furniture store? What's happening here? This looks like, what's going on?
You know what?
This is really cool.
A theater room in my apartment building so that I can see everybody on the big screen.
Dude, that's so cool. That's so cool. All right, so what's your big tip? Help us out.
All right, so one of the things that I struggled with the most was trying to perfect everything. And I wanted to share about seeing it and putting it into action. And it ties into what you said, Ray, about vulnerability and what Jess said about you not needing permission, because that is what changed my entire life this last year, was sharing and connecting with like-minded people, because I was able to connect with people that were struggling. And I realized one thing: I kept trying to perfect everything, and I realized where it came from. If you have ever been picked on, or if you have ever had to fight for love or acceptance, or making sure that you counted somehow, I tried to perfect myself, and I traded my authenticity for, being myself. I traded that to be perfect, somebody that I wasn't, just because I didn't want to feel neglect anymore. And so one of the things I realized was, why was I hiding? Why is it that I'm trying to perfect everything? And maybe you don't have that story, but maybe you had an inspiration of somebody that inspires you. Like last year, Danielle Delgado was just rocking that stage. She had all eyes on me as far as that. And I remember sitting there thinking, like, wow, that scared me, being on stage, seeing her, like, that scared me, because I lacked self-worth. I lacked that confidence. And so I knew that my perfecting came from lacking that confidence. And so I remember visualizing myself in that moment on that stage. And what did that look like? What did that feel like? And I set out to find my worth. And so I dove into coaching. I saw the coaches up there. I saw that was my ticket. I dove into that right away. And so visualize it. Visualize where you want to be. Who do you want to be? Visualize that. And where is it that you are going? And so I saw myself as one of those coaches. I saw myself as Danielle Delgado rocking that stage. And I just remember, okay, I saw this, I visualized it. Now, how can I put that into action, right? And so I remember Coach Jennifer, she had me do a live, and oh man, she pulled that out of me. She said, be vulnerable, be you, just share. And I can remember that moment because I was so scared to go live, and I did it anyway. And one of the things that she had me work on was my vision board. What is it that you want? And I really wish I could share that with you today, except for my dog ate it. And I mean that because I put peanut butter M&Ms and peanut M&Ms on my vision board, and the dog ate it. I would share it because literally everything came out on my vision board. Coaching, speaking here with you today, and I just remember thinking and telling her, what is it that I struggled with? And it was consistency and action. And so one of the things that I visualized was something that put me into action. And Ray, I give you this credit because you remind me of the color red. Like, you show up red, you're bold, you're consistent, you mirror my bad behavior. And I was like, man, put on those red pants, and get into action. And I took what my coach said. Every morning I visualized the opposite of what I was, that black, that hiding, and I became bold. I put those red pants on, I drew them out, I visualized it, I set that timer, and I jumped into action. So become who you are meant to be by visualizing where you want to go, who you want to be, and visualize something that puts that into action.
Very, very powerful. Very powerful. Amazing, amazing. And I got a life hack for you. If you're going to put food on the vision board, maybe a picture of it, huh? What do you think? Life hack.
Yeah.
You kill me, man.
Lesson learned.
You crack me up. Who else got peanut butter M&Ms on their vision board? It's amazing. It's awesome. Of course you do.
They make my taste buds dance. I can't even help it.
They need to hire you for a promotion. That's amazing. Thank you so much. You're incredible. All right, we got a couple dudes for you. Let's bring out Coach Forrest Knight. All right.
Absolutely. Blessing to be here. I've been sitting here. I've been trying not to be emotional, just listening to this, and just realized that some things that I was taking notes, of course, listening to these small hinge, big door tips, and I realized that I've got to be able to visualize and have confidence and love myself, make affirmations and be intentional and celebrate and have a routine of having crazy hair and a child on the hip. That's what I got out of this. But in all reality, I was standing here, I was thinking about this, and I went back to Ray one. I want to say thank you very, very much, because you actually took my dream of being an 8-year-old kid and saying someday I'm going to be a millionaire. I didn't have a clue how it was going to happen. I just kept showing up and doing life. And next thing you know, I'm in Rank Makers, and next thing you know, I go to Rank Makers Live, and next thing you know, have a coach, and next thing you know, I am a coach, and here I am today, getting to speak in front of thousands of people, which was a lifelong dream, and I'm this close. So I just want to say thank you. I truly appreciate you. Truly appreciate you and Jess and the whole Rank Makers and Higdon group. For just giving me this opportunity. So I think that. So my small hinge, it made me think of rehab this entire house, small hinges and big doors. So I visually truly see that. Is commitment and consistency. And one of the things I remember, Ray, you did this video, this live, this a couple of years back, and you said once you made a commitment to show up, you would show up. And see, that's my competitive spirit in me. Like, once I do something, and it'd be literally live, so I get maybe a Facebook Live, I had no idea what I was going to talk about, but I knew I made a commitment to do that live, and I had to show up. And I remember you saying that, and I was like, that's very cool. And I got more consistent. I'm more consistent. So what I found is I hear this a lot of times. Oh, I'm afraid. I'm I'm fearful. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Because I'm afraid I can't get on a live, and then I hear Kaylee say, it doesn't matter what your hair looks like, you can have the kid on your hip. And I think about that stuff is, how do I show up? How do I show up as me? And one of the things that I found in being, and if you're like me and you have, you have baggage. I think we all do have some stuff that we need to get over. And sometimes we don't even realize that we do. But one of the things in making that commitment to show up and be consistent is that it's helped me overcome fear, right? Because it's like I head straight into it. I just head straight into it because I have this fear. It's like, okay, I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens. And as a result of that consistent activity, I see the results start to happen, right? And then my confidence comes up. I'm like, yeah, I can prospect 50 people a day. Yeah, look at me, right? So I'm celebrating that. And it's a confidence that you have when you start talking to people and you see that, you start to show up, you make a commitment to that consistency. Then that becomes a routine, right? That becomes a routine of everything we do. And then we can start to feel worthy, as Coach Jen said, we start to feel worthy because we're actually making an impact, because people are coming in our inbox saying, dude, that was an awesome live. Really thank you for the training. Thanks for showing up. I really appreciate that. And I'm making impacts on people's lives that I'll never see probably in person ever. So that's for me. And it's the tip that I have is, if you're planning on making a huge impact, if you're planning on changing your life, if it's something that you want to do to move forward, is make a commitment to yourself to take all of these tips that these coaches just shared with you and put them into action. Show up with the crazy hair, the kid on your hip, realize that you're worthy, be intentional, right? Be intentional. I love that. Create a hallelujah, just absolutely awesome. So I'm absolutely blessed to be here. If you really want to overcome that fear, make a commitment to show up every freaking day. Make a commitment to show up. Your confidence is going to grow and you're going to make a huge impact. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Great job. And I want to point out something pretty cool is, here we just had a different vision. We didn't want to be just another training company or whatever. I want to point out that each of these amazing coaches are products of the product, right? They came through Rank Makers. They went through Inner Circle. They learned there. They created transformation in their business. Now they're helping others with transformation. And so that's something we're very, very proud of, is not just how many courses can we sell or whatever, but actually creating transformation. And so really appreciate you, Forrest. That was incredible. And one thing, I don't know if you can see, I can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's so cool watching the coaches support each other. Like I see them on my screen. I don't know if you do, but on my screen, the coaches are just nodding and clapping, and they're showing the emoji things for their fellow coaches. Like that's the environment that you want to have, and we are very honored that we have. And so, last but not least, we're going to bring out Coach Ryan Brimmer. Coach Ryan.
What's going on?
What's up, big guy?
Awesome.
How are you, man?
Hey, sir. How are you? I appreciate you. I appreciate the Higdon Group and all of the amazing coaches that just came before me. I'm actually just running from another engagement right now, but I appreciate everybody's patience. And I as it's been stated thousands of times, I can't fathom where I would be without the chain of events that have occurred over the last few years. I've been in this industry for well over a decade now, as many of you know, and man, there's some rough times for sure. I started following Ray back in 2010 when I was in Iraq. I did a little Google search on how to build my business online because I was in Iraq, right? So it's kind of hard to build. And Ray Higdon came up, and I'll never forget that day. And I thank God for every day since then, for sure. One of the things that transformed my life and my career was consistent action. I've been in the military for 17 years. I have a traditional corporate career, got a family that I'm very engaged with, and I had to figure out how to do it all. I was the guy chasing people around the mall, right? But begging people at the gas station for their number. I was doing anything and everything I could, but I figured out a way. Like I knew that there was a way that I could do this and still be involved with my family. That was at the end of the day, that's really what I wanted, was just to be engaged and be involved with my family, because there was no point in me building this business if I was going to be so separated from them. And so at the end of the day, that's what I wanted, and Ray Higdon was the way, right? And his teaching just really got me there, right? But I was always half in, half out, right? That's really my mindset. I had degrees on the walls, as you can see, medals, everything. And I always thought I knew the better way to do things, right? So I would always show up to these trainings and say, well, I've heard this before. Even at Ray's events, I would say, I heard this before. And it wasn't till I made a commitment to consistently do action every single day. I didn't care if it was 20 minutes. I had a business mentor tell me one time that said, if you get up and you do one thing that moves your business in a positive direction today, then you've done it. You won. And I took that idea and I put everything out, and I said, every single day, I will consistently do something in my business. In 2017, I was obviously part of the first wave of rank makers. I got involved in the coaching program, as Ray alluded to earlier, and Aubrey helped me consistently put in the right activity, because I can't tell you how many times I was in my career and I was like, wow, I wonder if I'm even doing things the way I'm supposed to, right? I was so lost. And when I got involved in the coaching program, just putting that consistency in and that tireless work ethic towards the right activities changed my business forever, right? It coupled it with blind faith, obviously, but the consistent action every single day, I didn't care if it was 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 2 hours, consistent activity every single day was really what transformed my business. That was the small hinge, big door. It just kicked my business open. So I appreciate it. Back to you, Ray.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Great job. And thank you for your service. And such a powerful insight of so many people. I've heard that before. And I've even had people where I said, hey, you should come to the event, or you should go to the company event, and they say, you know what, I don't need motivation. And I think, well, your results show otherwise. So many people, they focus on what they think they know versus what have they created, what are they doing. Very, very big difference and great distinction. So give it up for all these amazing coaches. So awesome. So cool. Yes, yes, yes. So nice. Let's give them some love. Blow it up. Yeah. All right. So we're going to do something pretty cool. And I'm going to get into some questions. And I'd like to bring up someone who would like to. I would like to bring up my amazing wife, Jessica Higdon. Yes. Yeah. So I wanted to take a second. We got to have a great time with our TEC, Super VIP, VIP, LMNOP. That we had a great time during mealtime, answering questions. It got really deep, didn't it?
Yeah.
It got like deep and emotional.
For sure.
We thought you were going to ask, what plugin do I use for this thing? But instead it was like super deep and emotional and powerful. I want to honor some of our blue shirts. I want to take some questions from some of our blue shirts. So you'll actually you'll have a choice.
I saw some of them back up a little bit. They're like, oh, no, I'm not wearing a blue shirt.
Cloak right. Me.
Some of them, like Lynn, are all excited over here. I see you.
Okay, and we are doing questions right now. Okay, yeah. All right, good talk. Okay, so I would love to know if you would love to participate, raise your hand. I'm going to call on some blue shirts, and you get a choice. You get a choice of hit us with a question or give us a takeaway. Either one, dealer's choice. It's amazing. And so let me see it. Who would like to be on here? Okay, I see. Number 7, Rena Bat. And so right now I'm handing off the microphone. They just grabbed it.
They're running
sprinting
to
the back. They're like, Rena,
Here we
Rena,
come.
where are you? Rena. And you're like, I'm over here, man. I'm over here at Rena.
Oh,
and,
there we
and
go.
they're finding you. And they found you. You're like row 23. What are you doing? All right. Rena, how are you today?
I'm fabulous. I'm so excited.
Yeah. You didn't have to paint your wall blue. I mean, you went really overboard here. So what would you like to do? Would you like to share a takeaway, or do you have a question for us?
I'd like to share a takeaway. I've been to a lot of conventions and never a virtual convention, but all of your wonderful speakers are really hitting so many points that I needed to hear. Yeah. And honestly, I've been in network marketing for 30 years. I was a six-figure income.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm not anymore. So
okay.
I'm starting over.
Okay.
And I'm regrooming myself to be that person that I needed to be, that I need to be. And I thank you so much for it.
Wow, awesome. Very
Thanks
cool.
for sharing.
Thank you for
Appreciate
sharing.
it.
That's amazing. All right. Awesome, Rena. Great share.
All right, I have to take
What's that?
I have to take Lynn over here because she's been like waving her hands the
Oh,
entire time.
Don't hurt yourself, Lynn.
Yeah.
So you got to say. We
Oh,
gotta say
number 4.
Number 4.
Room number 4.
Lynn Serrano.
Lynn Serrano.
Lynn Serrano, one of our lifers.
Yeah.
One of our lifers. Thank you, Rena.
Thank you, Rena.
All right, so now I'm about to throw the football, and there she goes. She caught it.
She was
it's
in row 4.
amazing. It's incredible. All right, what do we got, Lynn? You got a takeaway or a question for us? What do you got?
It's a takeaway / it's a happy anniversary to you and me this month, Ray. Oh. I met you in New York City, and where I was one of your first lifetimers. And I've got to tell you that you're just one amazing, true guy. And I'm going to put, there was a bunch of us rank makers from around New York City that came, and I'd love to find out who was in that picture with us. But you were so genuine, so kind, and, you know, I could see your vulnerability then. And, you know, I went to that event and, you know, a lot's happened in 3 years, but the bottom line is that you truly have had an impact on me. And I resonate with you more than, you know, whatever. And you've always treated me with dignity, and we still have an interview coming up sometime, but just, you know, you're just truly, you guys, if you ever have an opportunity in person to meet Ray, he doesn't disappoint. He's he doesn't disappoint. I just truly love him like a brother. And Jessica, he always puts you center of the world. So thank you for this.
Absolutely.
You guys, and I appreciate you guys. God bless.
Thanks, Lynn.
That's so nice.
Thanks for
that's
sharing.
so kind.
We didn't expect this love fest, but that's super nice.
That's so nice.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I share with you this story of I didn't want to be that guy, that person that I, you know, really looked up to, and then I met, and I'm like, wow, what a jerk, what a jerk. And so, okay, my turn, right?
Yeah,
I get
your
to pick?
turn.
Okay,
Thanks,
let's see. Raise your hands. Let's see who we call. Some of you are not raising your hand. You're like, Okay. All right. Number 7, Hadass Eviatar. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I know Hadass. So number 7, Hadass Eviatar. So I'm gonna drop back. I got the football mic. I see it. You're going deep. Is she catching it? She caught it. That's
Hadass
amazing.
says she has like 20 Higdon shirts, so we can relate. Okay, us, and we're handing them out to all our friends, and they always come over and they're wearing our shirt like 99% of the time.
Yeah, most of our friends come by the house and they're wearing our shirt. That's true.
I probably have more than 20 Higdon shirts by now.
Awesome.
That's cool. They're comfy. They're comfy. And so, question or a takeaway for us?
Another takeaway,
Okay.
because I have been blessed to be in rank makers for a long time and in an inner circle. So I was thinking, like, what can I ask? And I was like, I have so many questions. I don't even want to start there. So I'm going to talk about my greatest takeaway. Marina Simone talking about how we need to talk about our mission. That we don't talk enough about the mission that we have.
Yeah.
And we spend so much time in our head. And so I wrote, you know, big letters in my fancy, you can't see it, my fancy new notebook that I'm using for this. And mission, talk about the mission. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And thanks so much to all of you.
Okay.
It's been amazing.
So
awesome.
Quick question for you. So can you share what's your mission? What's like? Would you like to share?
Sure. So my mother passed away at the age of 69 from the complications of diabetes. And of course,
sorry to hear that.
I can't actually talk about diabetes when I'm talking about my mission.
Right.
You know how that goes. But yeah, she never got to see my kids grow up. I am 58 and I am nearing that age that she got it. And yeah, no, not going to happen to me. And I am working to help people have a healthy life. Choose life is the tagline I'm using right now. So that's my mission, help people choose life and not death.
Awesome. Very cool.
Love
Thank you
it.
for sharing.
That's
amazing.
an amazing mission.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Really cool. Okay. Would you like to pick?
Okay, my turn. All right, I see number 4, Teresa Fink.
Oh, look out.
Here we come.
Okay, how are you getting her the mic, though?
Oh, I'm, what do they call this? Punting it? What is punting?
Okay, let's see punting. Let's see. How does this go? I'm unaware.
22, no?
Do you mean hiking? Is that what you mean?
Okay, punting, kicking?
Punting that way, yes.
All right.
Oh, and she caught it.
See?
Look at that. That's incredible. All the way back there. That's amazing.
I'm a terrible catcher, so that's amazing that I caught it.
You got it. It was amazing. You're natural.
Thank you, Ray and Jess, for everything that you do. Jess, I think that was the first time I've heard your story, and it just resonated so much with me, and that give yourself permission is just amazing. So thank you for that.
Awesome.
Welcome.
I love, Ray, how you always lift her up. So thank you for doing that too. And lifting others up. Lifting all of us up.
What does
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's really kind. What does giving permission mean for you?
Yeah.
Where does that free you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it just really hit home today. I think I haven't given myself enough permission. So I'm working on it.
I love that. Yeah, keep opening up to that. That's great.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Thank you so much for sharing that and being vulnerable. That's awesome.
Thanks for being here with us.
Yeah.
Give her some love. Give her some love.
Yes.
Awesome.
You should see the chat. Love you, Teresa.
So much love.
Way to go, Teresa.
I don't know if you can
Thanks,
see
Teresa.
this,
Big
but
hug.
it's awesome. And I saw Michelle Barnes on here. What's up, Michelle? How are you? Awesome.
Hey,
okay.
Michelle.
Is it my turn? Okay. All right. Where are we at? Blue shirts. Let's wave something.
Oh, we got
do something. What's that?
Number 6, Gregory.
Okay, number 6, Gregory Sneed. Number 6, Gregory Sneed. And you know what? I'm gonna just hacky sack it over to you. I'm just gonna doop. Right,
wow,
dap.
it's impressive.
You see that? And then, ooh, there we go. Boom, right to you.
It's impressive.
Amazing. It's
impressive.
Incredible. Gregory, how are you, sir?
I'm blessed and highly favored, just like you, my brother.
Nice.
I love it. I love it. So,
Hey.
do you have a question or a takeaway for us? What do we got?
I had a question. You know,
yeah.
Back in the day, I think saw you in 2010. You came into my sphere, and I bought a $7 webinar, and it was so enlightening. I've been with you ever since.
Wow.
And you talked about salting their food. And I'm thinking now, since we're in transition, you know, the industry that both of us love is in it's in shutdown.
Mm.
So our company has reverted from the product, which I've been hyping on for decades now. Now we switch to the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different sort of thing, and the company has set rules, and I'm just wondering how people are transitioning from product, service to opportunity in this new day and age.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, what we suggest is, you know, don't overthink it. So, just a reference. So, you're referring MLM Recruiting Secrets, which is probably 2010. I think that was actually one of my very first. It's a closing product and how to close more. So when I talk about, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink unless you salt their food. And then they're thirsty. They want to drink, right? And so that is that's really just an analogy for leading with benefits, really. And so you're probably very well versed in the benefits of your product. And so now, what are the benefits of the opportunity? And it's really, and I'll give you an example. I don't think I used it in that course, trying to remember 10 years ago, but I'll give you an example. I remember I talked to this guy, and I just, I said, hey, I do this thing, make extra money on the side. Are you looking to make extra money? That sort of thing. And he said, okay, tell me more. So I had him watch a video. He watched a video, and I followed up with him, hey, did you watch the video? So this is literally line by line from the closing blueprint in the Rank Makers Units tab, okay? And so I'm like, did you watch the video? Yes, I watched the video. Okay, what'd you like about what you saw? And he said, well, I just don't think this is for me. And I said, okay, got it, no problem. I'm just curious though, why'd you watch the video? And took me a couple attempts to really get there, but he said, I want to make extra money. And I'm like, okay, but why? He goes, well, I want to make extra money. I'm like, okay, but is there an actual reason? And then I knew I had him when I heard the sigh. So he goes, well, truth is, I have teenage girls, and I've given them everything they've ever wanted their entire life, and now they're getting older, and obviously, some of them going to be getting married, and it's on the bride's side to pay for the wedding, and I want them to have a dream wedding, and I definitely can't afford that. Okay, so now I understand reasoning behind why he wants to make extra money. And so I asked a silly question, had to keep a straight face, and I said, is that something that's important to you? You kidding me? Of course it's important to him. I mean, there's nothing in the world. Dad doing something for their daughter, there's nothing more important in the world. This guy's about to rob a bank. I saved a bank teller that day. You're welcome, Nancy. Right? Nancy at First National Bank. I saved your life because this guy's about to rob a bank, because that's how important it is for dad to do something amazing for their daughter. And so I said, okay, is that something important to you? I had to keep a straight face because I know it's important. And he said, yeah, that absolutely. And I said, well, if you didn't do this, how else would you come up with the money? It's kind of a trick question, because if you knew that, probably wouldn't have watched the video, right? So what I did was I positioned my opportunity as the answer to his problem. And so I said, if you didn't do this, what would you do to come up with and make extra money? He's like, I don't know. I really don't know. And I said, let me ask you this. If I show you how to do this and how to build this business, will you be coachable? I didn't say, would you join? I said, will you be coachable? And he said, yeah, I'd be coachable. And we got him on board. That's how, you see what I mean? I didn't stop and say, are you ready to join now? I already had it, right? He told me his issue. He told me he had no solution, told me he would be coachable. I said, okay, sounds to me like you're ready to join. And he joined. And so it's, what you can, just to put it into today's context, a very simple line that is true. And I don't think it's offensive or anything, but you say, hey, with what's going on in the economy, there's a lot of people that are trying to make some extra money, and I'd be happy to share with you what I'm doing to make extra money on the side if you'd like to, and if not, don't worry about it. See, that's not, you're not in their face, you're not aggressive, you're just saying, hey, if you're open and taking a look, great. If not, don't worry about it. And what you're doing is, instead of trying to close everyone you talk to, just see if they're open. If they're open, move forward. I got a presentation, does a better job than I could do. I'm happy to share it with you. Check that out. Let's make sure it's a fit for you. It may or may not be. Notice this language. It's very specific language. This is not just plucked out of thin air. It may or may not be a fit for you. Let's make sure it is. Watch this video. How soon can you watch it? Hey, did you get a chance to watch it? What'd you like about it, right? And so revisit, Gregory, I would revisit the closing blueprint in the units tab of Rank Makers. But that's how I would be doing it in today's
I'll just add to
today's
that.
market.
Obviously, just incredible advice, and I would just add that if you're ramped up and beefed up on the stories for the product, also beef yourself up and get a lot more knowledge on the stories around the opportunity of the different professions that people have had that have created success, what they've done, who they were before, who they are now, who's earned that prize or earned that next rank, and just following those stories and using those. Not only is it a great marketing tool for the opportunity, it's just sharing a story with no link or hey, join here or anything like that, just stories, because people, like if I'm a school teacher and I see a school teacher who just was able to, she was sick of Zoom classes and now she can, do that on the side and work her business from home, and she's having wild success and able to take her kids to Disney now. I'm saying to myself, wow, I'm a school teacher. I wonder how she did that. So that's powerful, but also in your messaging, a lot of times for the close, just like Ray shared, an aggressive close isn't the answer. I always would refer to third party as well sometimes if I knew that I was talking to that school teacher and saying in my messaging, hey, you remind me of so-and-so. And I completely understand where you're at because so-and-so did X, Y, and Z. Right. And it takes you out of it and places that story in their place, and then they can see themselves in it. They know that you're not just making it all about you, and it's a great way to segue them into, hey, do you want to do this thing? So I would just beef yourself up on the opportunity side and those stories that come from within your company as well. Yeah, and two things just to add. That was great, right? That was amazing. Two things to add to that. One, just because it's true doesn't mean they'll believe it. And so a lot of people, they learn the $1 million earner story. Yeah, good point. And they're like, oh, there's a guy in here. Most people don't believe they can make $1 million. So you trying to blow them away, blow their hair back with an amazing story, even if it's true, if they don't believe it, they're not going to move forward. And so it's okay to talk about someone who's making an extra $50 a week. A lot of people want to make $50 a week, and they believe that there's at least a possibility they could, okay? And so just remember that. But that tip about, because it allows you to transition. Hey, if they say no and they're a school teacher and you have a school teacher story, say, hey, cool, no problem. Hey, do you know any other school teachers that might want to make some extra money? See, that actually gives you some power, gives you some juice, man. And so I hope that's helpful. Is that helpful, Gregory?
That's outstanding. You helped a lot of people with that.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Man. We'll give this guy a hand. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to do a 5-minute break. So you can use the restroom if you would like, of course. Turn off your camera if you don't mind. But you can use the bathroom.
People have been caught on camera, just saying. They have been caught on camera using the bathroom.
I don't think this event yet. But
not this event yet.
Not this event yet. But you can head to the bathroom, grab a quick snack. We will be back in 5 minutes.
We've got incredible speakers coming up. You don't want to miss that.
Yes, absolutely.
You want
it's
to be
going to
in
blow
the
you
room.
away. Let's do it.